What's good, beautiful people? Welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time watching any of my videos, my name is Chrissy. Welcome. So I'm going to do this makeup tutorial for anyone who basically wants to either start makeup. Maybe you want a more minimalistic makeup routine, or you're just looking for a makeup routine for a professional setting, like for work, for if you work in an office type, or any type of job that you do. You're just looking for something that's very minimalistic, then this is definitely the makeup tutorial for you. I'm starting out by filling in my eyebrows, and I'm using a CoverGirl eyebrow pencil to do that. I don't want them to be super sharp. I don't want them to be, not sharp, but sculpted out. I don't want my eyebrows to be too sculpted out. I want them to just give off a fuller effect. So that's why I'm just using it to fill it in, because I'm really going for a more natural or neutral looking makeup look. I'm using e.l.f. This is the Power Grip Primer, and I'm going to use that to prime my face. When I'm doing a minimalistic makeup look, I like to only apply the primer exactly where I'm going to apply makeup on my face. I really don't like to put primer all over the face when I know that I'm not going to use makeup all over the face. The next thing I'm going to do is take my e.l.f. liquid blush. This is in the shade I forgot what the shade is, but I really did forget what the shade is, but I'm using that to just add some color to my face, because liquid blush looks really good on bare skin. So this is going to add some color, and when I apply the rest of the powder and things on, you can slightly see that color kind of seeping through a little bit. That's really the purpose of this, kind of putting it on the high points of the face, on that cheek area, and I really like that color to stand out. So I go in with a second coat, and I'm just going to blend, starting at the high point, kind of like the top of the ear, bringing it on around that cheek area to the end or the edge of the eyebrow, of that lower lash line, kind of right there. That's what I mean, the lower lash line, not the eyebrow, the lower lash line. And I just remembered that the name of the liquid blush is Dusty Rose. Yeah. So I'm going to go in with my first concealer, and this is Born This Way Too Faced Concealer in the shade Chestnut, and I'm going to use this to blur or kind of like even out my skin tone underneath my eye. Now, as a beginner, here's a tip for you. Your fingers are great beauty tools. Now, I know there are a lot of beauty tools on the market, but don't forget that your fingers are also a beauty tool, and it's really one of the best. It can give you a lot of guidance when you're using your fingers, because it can help you learn how much product to apply and how much product not to apply. So, and it also helps blend out the makeup very well. So don't be afraid to use your fingers, especially when you're just starting out. My second concealer is going to be a couple shades, maybe one shade lighter than my first concealer. This is Maybelline 40 in the shade Caramel, and I want to just put this directly underneath the eye. We're just really trying to brighten up the under eye slightly, just to wake up the eyes, add some color to the face, and that's really about it. This is very minimalistic makeup here. I'm going to use my beauty blender to blend that out. Now, this concealer is a little bit more yellow than the last concealer. It just kind of like adds that brightness, and then we're going to put just a little bit of powder underneath the eye to set that, and we're going to go in with some bronzer. I always like to use powder bronzer when I'm doing these looks, just because especially when they're the same color as the skin, I don't know, it just adds a nice buff onto the skin, but a slight contour as well. I don't know, I just like for it to fill in the edges of that concealer, because when you leave the concealer on the face, it just kind of sits there. So I like to blend that contour into the concealer, just to kind of give it a more flawless, but like seamless. It's more seamless when you do that. It just looks like it runs all together, versus the concealer just kind of being out there on an island by itself, basically. I don't know where I got that makeup palette from, but I like to press in the bronzing powder instead of swiping, because it does give the effect that I would like it to give. Now I'm gonna go in with a powder blush, because as I stated before, you can see that liquid blush coming through the skin over on top of the powder. However, what the powder blush does is it kind of makes it a little bit more vibrant. Not trying to be too vibrant. That's why we're using flesh tone or neutral. We're using neutral colors, but it just kind of adds a little oomph to it, and you can really see that blush instead of it just kind of coming through the makeup. I'm gonna finish it off with the Maybelline. This is the Surreal mascara. I should have stopped at the top lashes, but I proceeded to put it on the bottom lashes, even though some told me to stop at the top lashes. And I had a hiccup on the right. You'll be able to see at the end, but I'm kind of over it now. It bothered me for a minute, but it's okay now. My eye just started running, so that's what happened. But that's pretty much the end of the video. I'm just really going to spray my face with the Morphe continuous setting spray, and then after that, that's it. I want to thank y'all so much for watching this video. Don't forget to practice being the best versions of yourself each and every day. Bye.